Hi, I am Brajesh Srivastava, delivering a talk on basis of existence, a dilemma of dimension. See, these are the two different objects. One side the basis of existence and other side a dilemma of dimension. In this talk, I will try to clarify and to explain the concept of existence, the basis of existence using advanced physical science. And when I will try to draw a platform where we can see the basis of existence, I understand we will go beyond physical science. So then this my talk will be in the three parts. In the first part I am going to explain you the basis of existence. The other part I will try to make you understand the dimension, and in the third part I will try to explain the existence in terms of the dimension. Now, what do we understand by existence? In raw way, when we say existence, whatever we see around us, all the physical objects are our existence, right? But here when I am talking in terms of existence, I am talking in terms of the cosmic existence. And cosmic existence may be the physicality which is perceivable by their measurableness, quantifiables, and even beyond that, which is not in the physical entity form, they are also existence. For example, when we get a signal in our TV sets, this is also an existence. Those who are having somewhat knowledge of the physical science, they understand the existence in terms of the particle physics, and the standard model tells us about bosons and fermions. Some are the field particles, some are the material particles. In yogic sciences, there are subtle existence also. In advanced physics, when you talk about the dark material, dark energy, these are the concepts postulated by our senior scientists, but still non-measurable, a theoretical particle, theoretical energy, but these are also subtle energy. The question comes, from where the existence comes? Those who are having a basic understanding of science, they understand every existence, every material is made of the atom. Those who are known of a little more in deep, they understand atom is not the end of the world. Inside the atom there are atomic particles. Those who have also gone deeper, they understand even subatomic particles are not the end of the world. Particle physics and their standard model tells us even nucleons are made up of quarks. And in very advanced physical science, when a string theory evolved, they tried to overcome the limitations of the standard model, and finally they concluded that everything in this universe is made up of the strings, and the strings are nothing but vibration of energy. The mute question comes, if whole of the universe is made up of the vibration of energy, then how this physical universe which we see today, it exists? This question hits again and again. Whatever we are seeing, either these plants, these structures, our body, the material we use, are they just a vibration of energy? If it is so, then certainly we are in a dilemma. This question hits a lot, and in this connection, I will just show you one small video of World Science Festival, which gives you the understanding of the existence, but this understanding does not close you, but rather opens a number of questions. Just watch the video.
Imagine I have a beautiful tree that's filled with oranges, and I ask myself, what is the orange made of? How do I answer that question? Well, I want to look deeply inside the orange, so I magnify it. And I magnify it again, and if I keep on doing it, deep inside, sooner or later I begin to see molecules come into view. But molecules are not the end of the story, because the molecules, I can enlarge them. And if I make them big enough deep inside, I begin to see atoms. Atoms are not the end of the story too, because we have electrons zooming around the nucleus. Deep inside, mostly empty space in the atom, but deep inside we see the nucleus. So if I grab that and magnify it, I see that the nucleus is itself made of particles, neutrons and protons. And if I grab one of the neutrons and magnify it, I find yet further particles, little tiny quarks inside. Now that is where the conventional ideas stop. String theory comes along and suggests that inside these particles there is something else. So if I take a little quark and I magnify it, conventional idea says there's nothing inside, but string theory says I'll find a little tiny filament, a little filament of energy, a little string-like filament. And just like the string on a violin, I pluck it and it vibrates, creates a little musical note that I can hear. The little strings in string theory, when they vibrate, they don't produce musical notes, they produce the particles themselves. So a quark is nothing but a string vibrating in one pattern. An electron is nothing but a string vibrating in a different pattern. A neutrino, nothing but a string vibrating in a different pattern still. So if I take all of this back together, I have my ordinary orange, and if these ideas are right, they are speculative, but if they are right, deep inside the orange or any other piece of matter is nothing but a dancing, vibrating cosmic symphony of strings. That's the basic idea of string theory.
Watched where it took you. Have you arrived at a particular conclusion? Strange. When this whole of the existence is made up of the strings, which is the vibration of energy, how this all existence survives. Whatever we are observing, we are using, we are acquainted with this world, in this universe, all the stars, planets, even in our planets, all the gadgets, all the physicality, are these just a vibration of energy? A big question. Then I am making one statement. After a lot of realization and thinking, I understand the existence today. Existence is just one of many dimensions. So before explaining this statement, I will try to make you understand the meaning of dimension. In general, you all people do understand the three space dimensions, but I am making it more meaningful. When I am talking about zero dimension, it means the existence which survives in zero dimension. They cannot move forward, they cannot move backward, there is no left, right, up and down for them. What does it mean? That their world is only at a point. When I am talking about the one dimension existence, it means that existence survives only in the forward and backward state. There is no left, right, up and down. And when I am talking about the two dimension, it's a plane. They don't have height and depth. Means the existence which survives in a particular dimension, they have the limitation to see, to observe the existence only visible in that dimension. Only the higher dimension, like the third dimension existence, can see what is not visible in two dimension existence, one dimension existence and the zero dimension existence. The fourth dimension comes the time. Without time, space dimension is itself meaningless. I can explain you in a different way. When I am inviting you to meet me at a particular point, this statement is itself meaningless unless I am not giving you a particular time. Because if I am telling you, you come at me in particular restaurant, you may reach there, but I have not told you I will come today or tomorrow or some other day. Unless time is not specified to the space dimension, it is meaningless. But means the four dimension, three space and one time dimension, makes somewhat meaning. Then string theory tells about the 10 dimension, M theory tells about the 24 dimension. Visualize the things. Time dimensions can also have the 3 dimensions. Similarly, don't you think the dimensions are also not relative? For example, we are living on Earth. We have everything 3 dimensions. We are living in a 3-dimensional space. An existence at the edge of our solar system, they see our Earth as a point. For them, any existence on Earth is in 0 dimension. See another example. One string for us is a 1 dimension, but small livings on that string, they visualize the string as a cylindrical shape, and for that the string is the 3 dimension. These relative dimensions makes the thing little more complicated. what I want to impress upon that, dimensions are also not absolute. And the second impression is that higher dimension existence can see the things what cannot be seen in the lower dimension existence. And now I am clubbing the two aspects, this dimensional concept and the crisis of existence. We are still not concluding how the cosmic existence actually exists. Still there is no theory how the physicality comes. Physicality comes with the mass, how a string which is a vibration of energy gains a mass and becomes a physical object. When the theoretical God particle, also known as Higgs boson, was experimentally established in a hadron collider, yes, it was experimentally established that when a particle, massless particle, moves through the Higgs field, it gets mass. But from where and how? This question is still unresolved. Then now I am trying to go beyond physics, or you can say extra physics. In extra physics, what I want to impress that if we see this whole of the cosmic existence as only one dimension, that makes our unresolved questions little bit answerable. It implies that though this whole of the existence is of vibration of energy which is in the form of the string, but still it is not only non-existence, because in the particular dimension it takes a shape of the physicality. The other side of this implication is that there are the other dimensions which is higher than our physicality dimensions, and in that dimensions they can see this whole of the existence in a better way. Their visibility of these dimensions is much more than what is our visibility. This may be a possibility, and whole of the content of this talk is just to impress that basis of existence is somewhat still unresolved, but it could be understood better if we consider it as only one dimension of the many dimensions which has still not been understood. And in alternative systems, these dimensions have been understood in a very different concept, not as a systematic approach. So then when we talk about the cosmic existence, then life forms in whatever way it is, it becomes a subset of this cosmic existence. If we see from this angle that is whole of the cosmic existence is just one of the many dimensions, then existence of life forms in any way becomes a subset of that dimension, then it could be visualized in somewhat different perspective. And I think if we can build up our understanding of existence from that platform, it will give a little better clarity towards our existence, our cosmic existence, and understanding of our science. I think in the next video I could elaborate somewhat different things. Thank you very much.